Peace, what's up? This is Queen Sarita coming at you with another video. This video is about the major arcana in the tarot. Now, we've talked about the major arcana and the minor arcana in the tarot in several videos, but I want to use this video just to talk about what the major arcana actually is, because this title is going to give you more dimension into just that area. And so many people, even me, will call the video or the lesson something else other than what it is. But we're going to just talk about what is the majors in tarot. What does that actually mean? Well, generally what happens is in a tarot deck, you've got a total of 78 cards, okay? And the 78 cards, there are a certain amount of cards which are known as your trumps or the major arcana. And you'll hear us talk about this again because I did talk about it in other videos. However, what happens with those trump cards is they have very strong messages. They have a lot more weight than the minor arcana cards or the court cards. So I do have those videos separate for you just so you can see the difference in what they are. I'm looking to pull out a card from the Crow deck here just so you can see exactly what one of these 22 cards that are called the major arcana, what do they look like? In different decks, they'll look like different things, but for instance, the High Priestess. This is in my Crow deck. Then we've got the Devil card. So there's a total of 22 of these cards, and this basically, major arcana means like major secrets, huge secrets, big secrets, great secrets, big mysteries also. And so the Fool is not technically one of the trump cards. However, in certain decks, it is like added to the trump cards because it is the main character of the tarot. It is representing of the characters of people that are going to come to get readings and, are going through their life journeys. So the Fool is important as well. So people usually group that Fool's card with the rest of the 21 cards. What else do you have with these trumps? You can see the other 56 cards, or the minor arcana. They're going to be divided into 4 suits. We talked about that in another video. You'll see that in the next lesson. Basically, the differences in the minor arcana is it's broken down by an element, if you will, which is wands, cups, swords, or coins. And then each suit, it actually is going to have also a certain set of cards, and those cards are going to be numbered from the ace to 10. And then you're also going to see those court cards. They're going to possess, it's going to be 4 of them, pages, knights, queens, and kings. So on to the major arcana. I want you to know that the major arcana and the minor arcana is different. So basically, the major arcana is the cards in the deck that'll say the Empress. It'll say like Wheel of Fortune. They actually have the words on there. Whereas the minor arcana cards, they'll look like this. They won't have the words on there. So yeah, that's one example. There's many examples though. The World card. This is one of the major arcana cards, and actually the last one in the major arcana. So when you're dealing with the major arcana, basically a lot of decks, most of the decks, we can't say all of the decks because some people follow their own rule, and they'll even make the Fool come in at number 22 after the World card because he's mastered the world. And basically some people will say the Fool comes in anywhere in the deck because it can come in and out of the story anywhere, okay? It is the one experiencing each one of the trump cards and lessons of life. So when you're looking here at the major arcana, one of these cards like the World, when this comes up in a reading, you've got a major lesson coming up, something from your very important area of life, an important way of seeing the world, of changing, of metamorphosizing, shifting. Very important lessons, very important messages to know. So within your major arcana, this is what you'll get. You'll get the Fool, or the 0. So it's number 0, Fool, and then for the Magician, you're going to get that for, it's 1. That's the number for that one. And some people call the Magician the Juggler. Then you've got number 2, Pepes, or the Priestess, or the High Priestess. Number 3 in the Major Arcana is going to be the Empress, number 3. Number 4 is going to be the Emperor. Then we've got 5, Pope or Hierophant. 6 is the Lovers. 7, Chariot. 8, we've got Justice. 9, the Hermit. Then we've got Wheel or the Wheel of Fortune. My leg is itching, 1 second. So yeah, we said the Wheel, that was 10. 11 is Strength. So anyway, they're going from there. Then you've got the Hangman, then Death at 13. Then you've got at 14, Temperance. 15, the Devil. Tower, 16. Or, what else? Star. We got Moon, Sun, Judgment, and the World. So those are the cards in the Major Arcana. Now you'll find some decks out there in the world actually just have made like decks that are made up of only 22 cards. Okay? And they'll just say this is a deck of Major Arcana cards. Or they'll start off that way with the majors and then they'll come out with the other part of the deck later. So yeah, it's not an abnormal thing. It happens sometimes that you'll see a deck with just 22 cards in it. Because the art and the symbolism, just one card can be powerful all by itself. So yeah, the Major Arcana cards, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what their energy is in a reading, or what role do they play. Well, they are the most important in the deck a lot of times, and they're called the trumps or the Major Arcana. And a lot of times people will put a lot more emphasis on this type of card, and they'll give a lot more energy to this message that comes through when they see these cards that come up in the deck, any of those 22. Also, they can be seen as lessons in life, lessons that are taught on the life path, intense situations, time periods of huge, immense growth, and what else? I would say also that this is could be a very spiritual message also for someone who is very spiritual or spiritual at all. Someone who is looking for more self-realization, over and understanding. The Major Arcanas can provide a whole lot of that in a huge way because of the emphasis of the message when it comes through on a reading. And there's no mistaking it. It's something that you'll experience for yourself. But what else? You've got milestones on the journey, huge moments that happen. And this could be, sometimes they symbolize past, present, and future. Past, present, or future for those Major Arcana lessons that come in the reading. They can definitely give messages of like the divine or the creator of all that is, or the message of angels or your ancestors. They could be coming through with a message for you through the Major Arcana cards because they know they stand out. What else? They could be also a message from your higher self. And let me see what else. A lot of times when you mix the message in with the astrological symbols and all the different numbers and then the stories and myths and all that type of stuff that you can mix in with tarot to make more sense of it, using crystals, then you get an even deeper message when you use the Major Arcana cards. I keep saying It's very good for problem solving also, using the Major Arcana. They really help with setting the theme and the structure of how you fix the problem, and what's that problem look like, and how can you begin to shift it? It'll show you in the reading. The other things for those 22 Major Arcana cards, I'm going to give you a brief meaning of them right here. And then on to the next cards, videos and cards, because I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about with this major arcana, because we broke it down even more. So the Fool, it tends to be like, I'd say one word, innocence. Okay. Then the Magician, one word it could stand for is the self. And then the Priestess, that one, intuition. The Empress, I'd say nurturing. The Emperor, authority. The Hierophant, we can say definitely a teacher. The Lovers, we could say unity. The Chariot, success for sure. Justice, balance. The Hermit, pulling back. Or going within. The Wheel, a change of fate. The Strength, or strength, self-control. The Hangman, a new perspective. Death, transformation. Temperance, definitely blending. The Devil, the shadow. Tower, a structure that was not built on the right foundation. Star, inspiration. The Moon, the unconscious. The Sun, vitality. Judgment, rebirth. The World, graduation or attainment. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I just want to give you a quick explanation of that. I didn't have my notes all organized. I mean, they really are organized, but I want to change the notes, and that's the problem. That's why I kept one being suspended in time. Also, I wanted to go off the notes, let y'all know what some of my answers are off the record. So, yeah, that's the majors. Let me know what type of cards out of the tarot do you really like resonate with? Which ones really are the ones you feel connected to, that speak to you? All right, peace and much love to you. And this is another lesson. Let's go into the minor arcana, okay?